What is up, YouTube? NES Addict here, and today we're going to do a response video to Michael B. the Game Genie. 3 games that are considered bad that I actually like. All that and more next. Alright guys, so the first game on the list falls right in line with Michael B. the Game Genie's list, as it is also an LJN game, and that game is Jaws. So I can understand why Jaws is hated. Let's talk about what's bad about it. First off, there's basically 3 enemies, not including Jaws. There are stingrays, jellyfish, and smaller sharks. So there isn't much variety when it comes to enemies. And don't get caught in shallow water. It's almost certain you will die, as you don't have many places to swim to get away. Second, you have to travel port to port with a surplus of conch shells to trade in to level up. You have to at least level up to level 5, which is essential to kill Jaws. This wouldn't be an issue except for the fact that anytime you die, you will get leveled down and you will lose a certain amount of your conch shells. So let's talk about why I do like this game. Number 1, the controls are good and responsive. Number 2, the music is pretty enjoyable and sometimes happy. For example, during the bonus stage where you fly over and drop bombs on jellyfish. Number 3, you get to chill in the submarine. And number 4, you get to go head-to-head with a great white shark, Jaws himself. And he does look pretty menacing for an 8-bit shark. Alright guys, so number 2 on my list. This is a game I actually had as a kid. I got it for Christmas and I took it back the next day. And that game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So like I said, Ninja Turtles is actually a game I had as a kid for only one day. I got it for Christmas in 1990 and took it back the next day for rollerblades because it was too hard for me. The damn dam in particular. So let's talk about why this game is considered bad. First off, the choices of enemies. While there are some recognizable characters like Bebop, Rocksteady, and this giant mouser, and eventually Shredder, there are a lot of enemies not from the Ninja Turtle universe. I think they should have claimed that they came out of Dimension X. Second, there are just some terribly difficult parts to the game. One being this horrible part in the dam where you have to make your way through a narrow path of electric seaweed all while the clock is ticking. There's also certain parts in the sewer where if you're a turtle, who mind you should be able to swim, falls into the water, will drown, leaving you to have to start over. And then trying to figure out this maze in the turtle van, or this other maze on what looks like an airfield, can be quite challenging. But does difficulty mean it's a bad game? Or are we just whiny little gamers that need to learn the definition of NES hard? The third bad thing about this game is if your turtle dies, you have to find him to get him back. So don't lose Donatello. Here's why I like the game. Number 1, you get to be all 4 turtles and they can even be interchanged to work together. That's pretty cool. Donatello is a beast and can pretty much destroy anything. So if you have to lose a turtle, don't lose Donatello. Number 3, you get to save April, Splinter, and kill Shredder. Number 4, you get to drive in the turtle van. What a dream for any Ninja Turtle loving kid. Number 5, with a little practice, it is beatable. I've done it before. And number 6, pizza. You get to eat pizza. That's awesome. Alright guys, for my third and final bad game that I actually like, I went all the way back through the AVGN's library to his very first video. You guessed it, Simon's Quest. Simon's Quest, AVGN's first review. I get why James chose this. It deviates from the first game, which is almost perfect. It's non-linear, which is confusing. Some of the clues the townspeople give are either cryptic to the point of not understanding or just downright a lie. I can't decide. Sometimes you have no clue what to do. Without Nintendo Power, issue number 2. If you can get your hands on it, it'll really help. The day and night mechanic can get a little old, especially with the annoying beeping, and when you die 3 times, you lose all of your hearts, which are used as currency, and you can't buy things you need to progress. So you spend a lot of time grinding for hearts when you really want to be moving throughout the game. Why I like Simon's Quest. I care about the character. I want Simon to end this quest victorious. We made it to the first game and I want to be able to guide him through this horrible night. Number 2, you get to kick more zombie butt, but with all kinds of cool whips this time. Number 3, the music is some of the best on the NES. And number 4, once you figure out what you're doing, It's actually enjoyable. So guys, these are my 3 games that are considered bad by most people. But I think they're worth taking a second look at. They're actually pretty fun. I hope you guys can replay these games and enjoy them. Until next time, take care.